I'd like to be in it myself fighting, but no, I am happy to see obviously the girls still building a division, making an effort to kind of get that going.
UFC veteran Dan Hardy has ignited a massive wave of controversy in the MMA community by boldly claiming that rising PFL star Dakota Ditcheva has already surpassed Ronda Rousey's overall skill level. According to Hardy, Dakota isn't just another talented prospect. She represents a new generation of fighters who combine advanced striking mechanics, elite cage control, and exceptional composure under pressure. Hardy emphasized that while Ronda Rousey revolutionized women's MMA during her era, Dakota's well-roundedness, adaptability, and strategic intelligence place her on an entirely different level. He highlighted that Dakota's rapid evolution is extremely rare, even among top-tier athletes. His comments immediately sparked intense debates on social media, with fans split between honoring Ronda's legacy and recognizing Dakota's meteoric rise. Hardy stood firm, clarifying that his remarks were not disrespectful, but rather a recognition of a fighter who could define the next decade of women's MMA. Dakota Ditcheva's explosive victory in the recent PFL Championship, where she claimed a $1 million prize, has become one of the most talked-about performances of the year. Analysts praised her for showcasing elite fight IQ, maintaining flawless distance control, and systematically shutting down her opponent with precision. Throughout the fight, Dakota displayed championship-level maturity, something fighters typically develop only after years of tough battles. Her timing was razor-sharp, her combinations surgical, and her takedown defense nearly impenetrable. Fans noticed how she never rushed, never panicked, and never allowed momentum to shift, dictating the pace from the opening bell to the final moment. This dominance has cemented her as one of the most dangerous and polished fighters on the PFL roster. Many believe this victory marks the start of a potentially unstoppable championship era for Dakota Ditcheva. While Dakota's rise dominates headlines, Chael Sonnen has dropped a shocking revelation that has redirected the MMA world's attention back to a legendary figure, Ronda Rousey. Sonnen claims Rousey has been quietly preparing for a massive octagon comeback, training in extreme secrecy away from cameras, media, and public gym sessions. According to Sonnen, Ronda's motivation is deeply personal. She seeks to reclaim the respect she feels was unfairly taken from her following her late career losses. Sonnen emphasized that Ronda isn't returning for nostalgia, business, or fame, but for one specific opponent, a statement that has sent fans into a frenzy speculating about who it could be. Sonnen described Rousey's potential comeback as particularly dangerous, not because of her past dominance, but due to the mindset she's reportedly bringing. He revealed that Rousey has been working tirelessly to improve her striking, training with new coaches, refining techniques she never explored during her UFC reign. If these reports are accurate, Rousey may return with a completely different approach, improved boxing fundamentals, smarter defensive movement, and more controlled aggression. All signs point to Dakota Ditcheva as the likely opponent for this highly anticipated comeback. The possibility of Rousey returning specifically to challenge Dakota has electrified the MMA world. Fans are split between those who believe Rousey still possesses the heart of a champion and those who see Dakota as a new breed of fighter that even legends may struggle to contend with. Analysts are already breaking down hypothetical matchups, debating how Rousey's judo-based grappling would fare against Dakota's precise striking and strategic footwork. Social media is flooded with highlight clips, fantasy breakdowns, and passionate debates from supporters of both generations. Many argue that if Dakota wants to cement herself as the face of women's MMA, defeating a pioneer like Rousey would be the ultimate statement. Meanwhile, others believe Rousey's experience under the spotlight could give her a psychological edge. Dan Hardy's commentary has only added fuel to the fire. He argued that Dakota's mental toughness, fight preparation, and technical sophistication surpass anything Rousey displayed during her championship era. Hardy pointed out that while Rousey dominated with a single nearly unstoppable weapon, her armbar, Dakota has developed a multi-layered arsenal capable of adapting to any style. He described Dakota as an algorithm fighter, able to read patterns in real time and adjust instantly. Hardy added, "The sport has evolved, the competition has evolved, and Dakota is a product of that evolution." His remarks ignited passionate responses from Rousey's loyal supporters, who argue that her groundbreaking impact cannot be overlooked. Hardy, however, insists that evolution doesn't erase legacy, it builds upon it. The tension between old-school and new-school MMA fans has reached a boiling point. Supporters of Rousey emphasize that no one can replicate the cultural earthquake she caused as the first mainstream female superstar in combat sports, highlighting her role in breaking barriers and opening doors for fighters like Dakota. On the other hand, Dakota supporters argue that the sport has advanced to such a level that even legends must evolve or risk being left behind. They point to Dakota's fight IQ, defensive awareness, and striking diversity as proof of the sport's progression in coaching, sports science, and competition. This clash between nostalgia and modernization has created one of the most heated debates the MMA world has seen in years, a debate fueled by emotion, legacy, and the evolution of the sport itself. Behind the scenes, promoters and insiders are closely monitoring the growing hype surrounding a potential Rousey versus Dakota showdown. The idea of matching a legend with a rapidly rising star is commercially irresistible, likely to break streaming records, dominate headlines, and bring back millions of casual fans. Industry experts suggest that if Rousey officially announces a comeback, organizations like the UFC or PFL would move immediately to secure the fight before the hype cools. The prospect of two eras colliding, Rousey's old guard versus Dakota's new wave, combines legacy, storyline, and unpredictability in a way that could define the next chapter of women's MMA.